Hey, Shalom Akim. First and foremost, give all praise and glory unto Yahweh, Basim Yahushai, Bashim Rachal Kadash, the honors under the elders of Oscar Millstone, the elders of Millstone, and of course, peace and blessings under the hopeful elect, the sincere servants of Yahweh, Basim Yahushai, serving him in truth and sincerity. Yes, on the brother Chayaba from GMS Plain Tables Camp, come back with another lesson to his spirit. Yes, this lesson be based off this article from nationalnews.com, which is entitled, it says, Trump administration pushes tech giants to fund 15 billion power plant expansion amid AI-driven grid crisis. And as we know, again, Esau's moving quick. Esau's moving quick with his agenda. Of course, we know Esau, according to the scriptures, linking up, of course, the prophecy, going into, of course, basically the different traits of Esau, but basically going into what Esau will be doing. You know, how he operates. We know, of course, obviously it links up to the so-called white man. He is that man. Strong with, of course, with the elites. The international banking families. Well, all small hats, all Amalekites. And, of course, Amalek being the chief tribe of the nation of Edom. That's why you see the small hats are at the top. They own all the corporations. They own they own the industry. Of course, all these different industries, entertainment industry. You go into technology, you go into these banks. Again, they own all of it. Well, ultimately, it all goes back to them. We know Trump, of course, is just an underling of the elites. But hey, ultimately, he still has a job. And his job is, of course, to push for the NWO to speed up even quicker. So read a little bit of this article. It says, surging demand from AI data centers, e.g. Virginia's data center alley, has overwhelmed PJM, says interconnections aging power grid. It says, forcing operators to bring your own power via on-site gas, coal, or nuclear plants. PJM's capacity auction hit 16.1 billion, with electricity prices spiking to 33 cents per kilowatt. It's like it says kilowatt hour, 4 times China's rate, threatening U.S. competitiveness and consumer affordability. And we know when Trump came into office, one of the main things that he was pushing for, that he put into effect, was the Stargate project. $500 billion investment in AI infrastructure, within the U.S. And what now is 4 times, as with electricity prices spiking to 33 cents per kilowatt hour. This is 4 times China's rate, threatening U.S. competitiveness and consumer affordability. See? It says the Trump administration and bipartisan governors propose shifting costs to big tech via a $15 billion emergency auction for new power plants, bypassing state authority and sparking legal debates under the 1935 Federal Power Act. Yeah, and of course, we know the states want to impose certain AI laws. But hey, basically Trump said no to that. So now they're trying to sue him. It says, despite green energy pledges, 34 billion in natural gas investments highlight the grid's dependence on fossil fuels to meet AI's, it says, an insatiable demand. One AI training center consumes as much as 1,000 Walmart stores. So just one AI data center consumes 1,000 Walmart stores. It says, permitting delays, supply chain bottlenecks, and price caps expose U.S. power infrastructure's inability to keep pace with AI growth, risking long-term energy sovereignty and affordability unless Silicon Valley funds upgrades. Yeah, so what happened to the green agenda? What happened to that we're, running out of energy agenda and we have to be conservative? Obviously, they direct that agenda onto the masses, but again, when it comes to the people at the top, it doesn't apply to them. They can fly their jets, private jets. They can, create all these new plants, data centers. Again, what they push upon the masses doesn't apply to them at all. So this is Revelation chapter 12 and 12. It says, therefore rejoice, it says, therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. Yeah, and the devil, of course, we know being Esau, Edom. The scriptures say how he's after the workings of Satan. And how he will be exposed. And he's being exposed. We know that this is the man. Trump right now, represents the face of the Edomites predominantly. Well, but he's coming in that Edomite spirit. We know, of course, he's narrow in reincarnation. He definitely embodies the same spirit as Nero. So we can see it 100% that he is. It says Revelation 12 and 12 again, therefore rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. For the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. Yes, so he knows that his time is short, so he's moving with great wrath. When you get that word for wrath within the Greek word is thymos, meaning, it says passion, angry, heat, fierceness. And does not the scripture say in Isaiah 19 that there's going to be a cruel Lord and a fierce king? So the Lord has the word. Again, Trump is in office, him being that cruel Lord and that fierce king. Without a doubt. Well, he's moving quickly. It said, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. And yeah. And what they know the time is short. That's why, again, Trump is moving as quick as he can. Again, $500 billion investment when he came into office last year. For, of course, U.S. AI infrastructure. So it says the Trump administration and... Yes, as multiple state governors are urging PJM interconnection, an independent entity managing the electric grid and wholesale power markets across multi-state regions, serving 65 million people, to acquire big tech companies to fund billions in new power generation as artificial intelligence, AI-driven data centers overwhelm aging infrastructure. Yeah, well, I believe that's it on that. Hey, that's the point. You can see, again, they're moving as quick as they can. Billions are being poured out. Again, at a rapid rate. For Esau to move with his agenda, we know ultimately, again, this is all just leading on to the NWO. Esau knows that he has but a short time. Well, and obviously AI speeds things up, obviously exponentially. So the quicker that Esau moves with his, of course, AI agenda, well, the quicker that he gets, of course, the way is prepared for the NWO. Because without a doubt, we are transitioning into it. Once they mandate the MOTB, the mark of the beast, the scriptures go into Revelation chapter 13 and 16. Well, that's when it's really going to be in effect. Esau's image. So that's when, again, things are that's when things are going to get set in stone once Esau mandates the mark of the beast, which is the RFID implant. The C-hip that they want to put in everybody. So ultimately what this is, of course, for us Israelites. To be, as scriptures say, Yahweh Bashim Yashai sent out his prophets, to warn Israel. Of course, it all goes back onto Israel. So we're warning, of course, our people of this, so-called blacks, Native Americans, Latinos, and of course those who have been scattered amongst the other nations. Because again, our people have been scattered amongst these other nations, so you're gonna have our people with the appearance, of course, of these of these other nations. So yeah, again, so Esau is moving quickly with his agenda. And ultimately, Yahweh Bashem Yashai is showing the days for the elect's sake. So that's why he's putting the pressure on Esau, so he can move even quicker. Of course, concerned that the prophecies that concern him and what he's gonna do. And again, showing the days for the elect's sake. The quicker that these things kind of pass, but the quicker that Yahushua comes back, the quicker that Babylon Great, of course, which is America, is destroyed. So, Lord, you brothers out there edified. Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, Bashem Kakorash Bakathum. Shalom.